Hey guys, it's Jeremy again. I'm back for another book review, and today also I will be reviewing Linger by Maggie Stiefater. This is the second book in the Mercy Falls series, and this is the beautiful, beautiful cover. It's very, very pretty, and I really like it. And that is the side. And as per usual, I'm going to read you the inside synopsis with the, belonging. Once Grace and Sam have found each other, they know they must fight to stay together. For Sam, this means a reckoning with his werewolf past. For Grace, it means facing a future that is less and less certain. The loss. Into their world comes a new wolf named Cole, whose past is full of hurt and danger. He is wrestling with his own demons, embracing the life of a wolf while denying the ties of being human. The Linger. For Grace and Sam and Cole, life is kept at a constant struggle between two forces, wolf and human, with love bearing its two sides as well. It is hardening and erotic, freeing and trapping, enticing and alarming. As their world falls apart, love is what lingers, but will it be enough? And that is it. As I said before, this is the second installment of Maggie Stiefater's Mercy Falls series. And let me just say, this book was my favorite of the two so far. I've read all three of them, but this was sort of my favorite of the three books, in a way, and I'll get onto that later. But I loved this book. I loved this book a lot more than Shiver. It's better than Shiver, if that's even possible, but it is. In this book, we meet two new characters, or one is a new character and one is a kind of new, bigger role of a character. We have a new character named Cole St. Clair. I got it. There we go. And he is a wolf. But the weird part is he doesn't want to be human anymore. He wants to try to find a way, if there's some kind of medicine out there or some kind of science experiment thing that he can create that will make him be a wolf all the time without ever being human at all. He doesn't want to be human anymore. He wants to be a wolf all the time, which is kind of strange if you think about it, but, each to their own. And while Cole's off doing all those experimental craziness that he is doing, we also will get a new perspective of Isabel, which was a character that was introduced in the first book, which I didn't really like her in the first book, to be honest. I thought she was kind of the typical teenage, always get everything she wants, kind of cheerleader-ish type of character, which, is more in YA than you'd think, but I just wasn't the biggest fan of hers. She kind of got in the way, and some of the wolves got hurt because of what she did. So in this book, she really does take a turnaround. We kind of get to see it through her eyes, see how she views the world, as well as how she views Sam and Grace, as well as the other wolves that are in this world and in this series, obviously. And it was really, really interesting. I didn't expect to like Isabel. I thought I was going to end up hating her, because when you find a character that you don't like and then you're forced to read out of their perspective, it makes it really hard to keep reading the book when you don't like the character you're reading about. So it made it a lot harder for me to like her, but she definitely grew on me as I pedaled through this book. This book is a little bit shorter than the first one. This one is about 360 pages, and the other one was close to 400, so this one was a little bit of a shorter read. But this book just broadened things so much. It definitely got a lot deeper and a lot deeper and a lot deeper. We got to know Sam a lot more in this book, and we got to know about Grace. Okay, I'm going to start talking a little bit of the plot of this book. Basically, Sam and Grace are constantly at ease with each other. They're constantly getting into little bickering arguments, which are just adorable to read. I mean, come on. They're just so sweet together, and the bigger plot of this book, more so, is that something is going on with Grace. She's constantly getting sick all the time, because when she was a little girl, she was attacked by the wolves, but she never changed into a wolf like you're supposed to. So we don't know, is she becoming a wolf or is she dying, because Sam just does not know what's going on. And so they're basically all against the clock, trying to find out what is going on with Grace. Is she sick? What is happening with her? So they're really because so Isabel, Cole, Sam, as well as Grace, they're all trying to find out what's wrong with Grace. And her parents are definitely a little bit more involved in this book. They were kind of just there in this book, so they kind of definitely get in the way a little bit in terms of they forbid Grace to ever see Sam because they view Sam as a bad influence and all this other kind of jazz. So it's definitely an interesting read. Very and of course Cole brought in some very sarcastic comments and very comical moments throughout this story, which I really appreciated. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed the way this story went. It definitely, and this book definitely left on a huge cliffhanger involving Sam as well as Grace, mainly Grace, and I won't say what it is because I'm spoiler free, but this ending was terrible. Not in the terms of I hated it, but in the terms of it leaves you hanging there. But the third book's been out for years, so it's not like I have to wait for the third book or anything because I've already read it as well. So, but basically that's all I can really tell you about this book without giving away everything. But another point I want to tell you guys is I found the love between Sam and Grace to be so true. I think it's one of the most truest love story-ish romances that I think I've ever read, ever. So I guess, if you guys are not big fans of romance, then I would suggest not getting into this series. Just because this is a very romantic-oriented series. Besides the plot of the werewolves and everything, this is a very, very strong and powerful love story-ish kind of series. And overall, this book definitely topped the first one in my opinion. This book was just awesome, all well-rounded. It was very good. I loved the new characters, and I loved the new points of view that we got. And as well, the continuing of the artwork definitely continues there. And then the back as well. And then this beautiful green is really pretty. And then if you open into the ink, hold on, let me get you guys a good place, is green. I don't know if you can see that, but the ink is green, just like the cover. And then the text is, in the chapters, there is no degree, but it goes into Sam. So, if you guys don't like books that go into multiple perspectives, then you may not like this book very much, because with this book, we have 4 different perspectives in this book. So, yeah, lots of different perspectives in this one, but I really enjoyed it. I thought I could really get to know our characters a lot more. Overall, a great second book, and I really enjoyed it. I hope you check out this book, and Shiver, and Linger, and Forever, because they are just so great books. And I will see you guys in my next video, which will be on Forever. See you guys soon. Bye.